It's time for another snippet from my book, Created No Way Out. Now, today we're jumping ahead to chapter 11, and I'm not going to give you too much about it. That's why you got to get the book to really get context. For those of you who are not familiar with Created No Way Out and what I'm out to cause, I Created is about a woman by the name of Faith. It's a fictional book about a woman named Faith who is on the verge of committing suicide. And she's on her last day. And in the book, I walk readers through the happenings of how she got to that day and what is happening for her on that day in her head. So, this is book one in the series. Book two is well in the works and should be out by early next year. And that's all I'm going to give you for today. Again, you'll have to pick up the book and grab one for yourself. But today we're from chapter 11. I jumped way ahead from the last snippet, and I'm just going to jump right into it. Without hesitation, he asked, "Why do you give up?" "I wasn't good enough, and everyone made it very clear," I said, shaking my head as I kicked around rocks from the path. "Yeah, I know," I continued with conviction. "It's funny, though, how much we learn through the years. Looking back, I'm certain that most of what I was feeling were my own insecurities. Sure, people would say things, they would look at me a certain way, and I always read those as not being enough. I always made myself bad and wrong for being obese and for not having more control in my life. And when it came down to it, it came to my own voice." I paused. "Well, that's a whole nother thing. But honestly, Matt, it doesn't matter anymore. That was decades ago. There's no sense in mulling it over now. Fact is, I blew it. I can't change it. So we move on." So think about that paragraph and think about the things and the points in your life that you have that you're stuck in this mode of that you can't change the past, or that you had things that came up in your life that you built stories around of how and why people were thinking the way that they were. And I would look deep at you and say, you know what? What's holding me back from the past? And what are the things that I need to clear out? I did a video a couple days ago and it was all about changing your stories and beliefs for those that aren't yours and for the ones that you no longer want to own. What are those stories and beliefs that you've built over time, similar to Faith and what I just read? Decide if you want to keep them. Decide if you want to change them. And always know, no matter what the past looked like, you always can create your own future. There's a reason I titled the book Created. And if you decide to pick up the book, you're going to learn over the next books to come of more depth of why that was the case. But the bottom line is every single day we have the chance to create our own narrative, both in our head, but in our career, in our relationships. You, my friend, whoever's watching this video, you have the opportunity to create the narrative that you want for your life. So there you have it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's reading session with Created. Again, it's Created No Way Out by me, Jen Zahari. And get your copy. It's available on Amazon, both print and Kindle, or shoot me a message. I'm happy to send you a signed version. So stay well, be well, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.